Hi class 6, welcome back to the maths class once again. So today in our chapter number 4, we are going to start with another new topic, that is the highest common factor or HCF. You have already come across this term, right? You have known also how to do this, but we are going to today brush it up once more. Okay, so this term is called highest common factor. Why? What is the reason behind it? We know how to find the factor of each number. We have already learned it. So why they are called highest common factors? Now first of all, for HCF, we have already seen that we always tally two different numbers, two natural numbers, right? Say 10 and 14 I have taken out here. Understand? So here when we are finding, suppose two persons are standing side by side. So when I say that just find the common between them, what you find out? That what is present in both of them, right? So we are going to find what is present, which factors are present in both of the numbers. Alright, that's why it is called common, and highest means the maximum number that is common between them, that is the factor, or by the factor by which it can be divisible. That is the reason it is also known as greatest common divisor, because divisor we know that a number is divisible by that number, that is called divisor. So both of the numbers get divided. So this is the greatest divisor because this is the greatest factor among both of it. So this is the reason it is called GCF or GCD. Sorry, HCF or GCD. Okay. Now when we are finding the common between these two numbers, how we find it out? First we find their factors. So we have already come across how we find the factors. So 2 5s are 10 and here 5 1s are 5. For the 14, 2 7s are 14, 7 1s are 7. Okay. So here we are going to split it like the prime factorization method. Okay. Similarly for the next one also. Now between these two numbers, after we have split it down, just tell me which is the common in between these two. 1 is common and 2 is common, while 5 or 7 is not common, right? Therefore we can say that the HCF or GCD between these two numbers is 1 and 2, and among these two, like these two are the factors, while 2 is the highest common factor. So 1 into 2 gives 2, and this is how we find it out. Alright, now while finding the HCF we can follow two methods. First one is the prime factorization method. Just the method I showed right now, and another method is the division method. Okay, now for the prime factorization method, this is very suitable for the numbers which are small, okay, which are the smaller numbers. So when we are tallying the smaller numbers like 10, 20, 40, 50, prime factorization method is very suitable. While for the bigger number like say 36, 150, then more bigger number is going to come. So you can find any of the method which is suitable for you. I am going to show both of it and you have to learn both of it, but ultimately you are going to apply either of it for your sum. Okay. So for the division we generally use for the large numbers. Alright. Now how we do this, both of it. Okay. Now as you can see, I have taken both of the process, prime factorization method and division method. Okay. So for both of it, so that you can understand it properly, I have taken the same set of numbers. Okay, 20, 64, 104 for both of it. So first we are going to see the prime factorization method, then the division method. Already been done, we are just going to understand. Okay. So here for the prime factorization method, we have already known how we split it for prime factorization. So for first number we have split it up. So 20 has been split up into 2 into 2 into 5. Okay. So 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20. 4 6, 64, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay. For 104, 2 into 2 into 2 into 13. Okay. Now here 1 is always common for all of the numbers. So I have not mentioned it separately. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to find which is common between these three numbers. So first one that is common is the first 2. So here the first 2, then the next set of 2. Alright. Now see, anything more common between them? No, because only 5 is remaining out there, and here there are 4 multiplied 2's and 2 into 13 out there for 104. So there is nothing more common between them other than 1. Okay. So ultimately what is their HCF? 2 into 2 into 1, that is 4. Okay. Now let's see whether we have done it right or not. Seeing that another one. Next method. So for this, what we are going to do in the division method, we are going to see which is the smallest number. So here 20 is the smallest among all these three. So the second smallest number, we are going to divide the second smallest number by the smallest number. So here 64 is being divisible by 20. Okay, now we have started doing the division. First 23 is a 60, so 4 is the remainder. Now what we are going to do, we are going to divide the divisor by the remainder. Okay, so here 4 is the remainder and this is the divisor. So divisor is being divided by the remainder, and then this process is going to continue till all of the number has been cancelled out, or like the division has been completed. Okay. Now after it has been completed, so here you can see 20 got divisible by 4 and 5 is the answer. Now here as 4 divided it, now we are going to do what? We are going to divide the largest number by the same remainder. Okay, so here see 104 got divided by 4 itself. So after doing the 26 or the number 26, 104 got divisible. Okay, so here we can say that 4 is the divisor which is common for all these three numbers. Okay, that means what? 4 is going to divide 20, 64 and 104. So this is the greatest divisor which is common for these three numbers. That is the reason it is called GCD also and HCF also. Okay, so this is it for this class. I hope you have understand both of the method. So let's see each other in our next video with some more of the sums.